What you sipping? What you sipping? Did I even ask? Oh, that was gross. We going to Mitch because that was gross when he was eating.
I'm unleashing my inner Mitch.
That was gross.
That was disgusting.
Listen to me. When he was like, he was slobbing it up like a whole ass dick. That's all I'm gonna say.
That was horrible.
All right, so hey, hi Chris, hi Shahida.
This was a messy episode. There's a lot of messy.
It was messy. That's how I would describe it. Messy.
Messy.
That's why I had to unleash the slurp because I was
everyone was messy. Everyone was messy.
It's disgusting.
We want to get into first.
All right, let's jump into
it.
Well,
listen. All right, let's get in. Let's just air it out and get rid of it off the rip. Morgan and Ben, we're done.
I'm very happy that
yesterday was their decision day, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm happy with that. Good.
Yeah, I was happy that was.
And they shouldn't have even been invited to the cookout. But I get where they were coming from because they wanted to let them
their last hurrah.
That's their last hurrah. Yeah. So we're done with, unless you have something else, unless any of you have something else to say about Morgan and Ben.
I do.
Go
ahead.
I wish that Ben would not take all of her anger and internalize it on himself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was, and I don't feel like anybody has addressed that. Any of the professionals that they've talked to have addressed that. Yes, Ben has recognized that he is wrong in some things, and he react. She has blown this so far out of proportion. I mean, and like he said, I'll give it to him. Until she's able to let go and move on, she is going to bring this into her next relationship. And what I'm guessing and what I'm saying is that she has already brought all of these other things into this relationship. There's no reason in the world.
None.
What he did, is like, dude, I trusted you with something. You told your friend, I'm fucking pissed. Get over it. We have all been in that exact position at one point. Losing trust for a minute, I get it. But the way she went in and how evil she was and how condemning she was of him, I felt for him because he let her, and I think the professionals and maybe even some of his friends, make him think that, oh my God, there's so much wrong with me. And he went into all his relationship with his dad and how his dad, you didn't start off right here, pal. You got this way because this woman has dragged you to this place. I was very disappointed. I was very disappointed in Dr. Pepper again for not addressing that and maybe even helping him to get some of his self-esteem back.
And he says that he realized he wasn't ready for marriage. He was ready for marriage. He was ready for marriage with the right woman, with someone who's going to at least, and even if he did betray her, that's some bullshit. He said something to his friend, not to a whole bunch of people. He said something to his friend. His friend's wife said some shit, got it back to him. He's like, fine. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Then it happened again because she overheard it this time. And it's right here. It's Googleable. It's Googleable. You can see I'm a nurse. Really? Really? No one cares, Morgan. No one cares. No one cares. And if that's what you're holding on to,
agreed.
To make this man feel awful about himself, about that he's not worthy. He was still nice. He was pleasant to you. Even if he just wanted to, you guys are on a match, that's great. Write it out and be friends. There's plenty of instances in Married at First Sight where they just didn't get along or it wasn't right, whatever. Even with Merla, I'll give Merla some credit, even if they weren't, he was more into her and she really wasn't into him. She wrote it out and was that Morgan is just, she's damaged. She needs help. She needs therapy, and she needs to let shit go. And she can't. And I feel bad. I really feel bad for Ben because he's a good man, and she's an ogre. Go.
Okay, I gotta put my hand up
He's
because
ogre.
I get where you're coming from, Chris and Shahida, but I look at it and I took notes. So I think that Morgan wanted he has apologized to her
So many times.
multiple times. She wanted him to grovel, and she wanted him to beg her for her forgiveness.
Yeah.
And that just was not happening. And listen.
No, happening the way that she wanted it. He
exactly.
did grovel.
He did apologize. Like she said, she wanted the emotional apology, which to me meant groveling. Because when emotional apology is like, I'm so sorry, tears, and all that shit that comes with that. No, I'm good. I could say I'm sorry. But if you want more than that, then we got problems. So she wanted him to grovel. But I also thought that I don't think Ben was ready for this. When he was talking about all the other shit that he had going on with his dad and his mom and his upbringing, whatever, I think, again, experts, and not the experts, but the contestants or the people that are signing up for this, know your shit. Because why are we having this conversation damn near 6 weeks in and you don't know yourself? And you don't know what's going on. And now all of a sudden, of course, he's got to ex parte out this relationship because Morgan was like, yeah, I'm done. When Dr. Pepper was like, is this your decision day? And she's like, yep. What the hell else was Ben going to say? It's just an unfortunate situation. And yeah.
And she made it worse.
She made it worse. And the whole fact with it, when she pulled up her phone and she's like, oh, I've been waiting for this all day or all this time. And it's Googleable. It's Googleable of my nursing license. And I'm like, that's not even what this is about at this point. When I watched it, I was like, this is not what this is even about at this point. Because we all know that you're a registered nurse. You have an associate's degree of nursing. There's a okay, you're still a nurse.
I can't hear that story one more time. Fuck this bitch.
Let's be over this. Let's be over this because I'm done with them. I'm glad that they're gone and I'm good with this. So we're good. But one more thing that I got to say from the beginning. Ain't no goddamn way in this whole ass universe that Morgan works out 6 days a week. That's
nah.
She'll find a nice woman.
Well, you know what? I can see it.
She'll find a nice woman one day.
She doesn't work out 6 days a week. We saw her I watched it today. Mm-hmm. No, she's not that fit. You ain't working out 6 days a week and showing up looking like that. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, she'll find a nice woman that'll accept her one day, and it'll be good.
A nice woman.
A nice woman, Chris. You ain't nothing nice, and that's.
I don't think a woman could deal with her. She gonna be on her own because a woman would call her on her shit. Unless they're very weak. You know, she's
okay. Let's
a horrible person.
Yeah,
a horrible person. Let's move on.
All right, let's move on. Who do we want to go to next?
Well, we can go to, how about Stasha and what's her? First of all, come on, man.
What?
Stasha and Nate?
10 years?
My notes.
10 years ago? 10 plus years ago? And he's going to hold her to that? I was like, come on, man. And you think Nate's been an angel? You think Nate's an angel?
No,
exactly. But he's going to hold her like in contempt of like, oh, well, that's disappointing. Man, come on, man. Don't give me that. Who
has not cheated?
Don't give me that.
Get that?
Huh?
I said I'm like, I get that, but I kind of get where Nate's coming from.
Okay.
You know, at the end of the day, listen, at the end of the day, I get where he's coming from because it's short term. Like you're only in what is these 4 weeks or 6 weeks that they're in at this point. And you like this person or you're growing feelings for this person, and all of a sudden you find out something of this person that is a character flaw. Because cheating for me is a character flaw. So I could fall in love with you and we could be going through this process, and then I find out that you cheated, whether it be 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 days ago, I'm still going to kind of look at you sideways. So I kind of get, let me finish. I kind of get where Nate's coming from. I'm not necessarily saying I would hold it against you,
which you did,
but I would kind of be like, we'd have to have a discussion on that as a couple. We'd have to have a discussion on that. Like, what were your reasons for cheating? Like,
and then you come up with a judgment or disappointment after you know all the information. What if her boyfriend had been cheating on her the whole time, and she cheated on him one time, and that was she was 25 years old, and it was her first one. They were together for 5 years, and they were about to get married. He cheated on her, and then she had a one night stand with someone or something, and they broke up.
I agree with
you. Before you condemn her for something she did 10 plus years ago, that she's trying to be open, she could have said, no, I've never cheated, and been fine with it. It's not going to come up and bite you in the ass someday. It's not like it's a character flaw that well, I'm a cheater. Well, I cheated. If she said, yeah, I've cheated multiple times and probably she said, I cheated one time without any other facts about how, when, who, what. And he automatically was like, oh, judgment. And, oh, I'm disappointed in you. Like you're an angel. Like Nate has never done anything. Don't give me that.
Claims to not.
I agree. But she did not say she cheated one time. She just said she cheated. And Nate owned that. When he went to sit with her friends, he owned that he judged her.
Right.
And he felt some sort of way about that. And that's where I get where he's coming from, because he made it very clear. He was like, I married a stranger. We're like 6 weeks in, and now I'm getting where he's coming from, where he's starting to love her. He's, doing this relationship with her, and now he's finding out some new shit. And he's like, I can see where he's coming from, where he's like, ooh, wow, that's a character flaw. For me personally, 10 years ago, look, everybody has a past. But we don't know where Nate's head is at this point.
Yeah, we do. We know where Nate's head is at. He's doing everything he can not to say I love you, not to fall in love with it, because he's afraid of getting his heart broken. Yeah. Or something. He's going like this as much as he can. Oh, let me push her back this way. And she's still coming forward going, you know what? Come on. I'm telling you I love you. Being honest with you. Now I'm like worried about what if I say something else that's wrong? You're going to judge me on that? And she's like, look, I'm in it. I love you. I wanted this to happen, this and the other. And he's like this. This is all he's been doing the whole time. No, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't. No, yeah. This is his whole thing. Oh, I'm not. It's all come almost like with Morgan needing a reason. Okay, yeah, there's a reason. There's a reason for me not to say I love you yet, because now I'm disappointed and I don't know if I could love someone like that. That's what it looks like.
I don't look at it like that. I don't look at it like that, because I think and when she met with his friends, like, let's not get it twisted. Nate's friends didn't do him no justice on this episode. They
told the truth.
I mean, they spoke the truth. They spoke the truth, but they didn't give her anything. As a woman, and I'm looking at my man's two best friends, like, I didn't think they gave her enough. And
gave her enough what?
Like what? Like
this is who he is. this is what you need to expect. Like if you told him this is, if he didn't tell you this is what he meant by this. I mean, you're dealing with a motherfucker that his friend that he's known him since high school, like 16 years. They didn't bring nothing to the table with regards to Stasha, as far as I was concerned. They didn't bring nothing to the table.
About Stasha?
No, about Nate.
That information about his life, you're saying?
Yeah, they
About
said that he's never been,
Nate.
they've never seen him in love. They said they never seen him in love. They say, you know, what else do they say about him? He's never been in love, and he's kind of like, you know, that's the way he kind of is. And they told the truth about him, that he's afraid. He is terrified to say, I love you. He's like, I only heard him say, I love you to his family, and that's it, never to another woman. That sounds like someone who's afraid of being in a relationship. Some way, somehow.
I agree.
And I'm looking for a reason to not want to fall in love or not, you know, to keep it. Oh, no, well, you know, one day, you know, the 4 out of 10 was the first indication that he's like, oh, no. She's like, what? Okay, now it's an 8 out of 10. Yeah. He's so resistant to her. And all she's been doing is like, look, I'm here. I want it. I'm in it. What more do you want from me? I'm trying to be honest with you. Now I don't blame her for not wanting to tell him other things that maybe, you know, oh, I tried LSD once. Oh, you're a drug addict? Oh, okay. You know, I don't think he's an angel himself. So anyway.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Chris on this to a point. I think he has been, and I don't know why, because I didn't really read it as being resistant before, but after that whole conversation, I see, why are you resisting so hard? I mean, no one, this woman is, how old is she? She's 37. So, you know, 10 years ago, she's 27 years old. You ask questions first.
Right.
In any relationship, you just ask questions first. And I think we saw that with all of them, that the communication, and it may be because it's very new, and sometimes you don't want to ask questions because you don't really want to know the answer.
You're married.
I know. Sometimes you don't. I know they're married, but they're still just knowing each other. So I'm figuring that, you know, like for him and for some of the others, not asking the really tough questions, they try to avoid to a point, but he was just over the top with the, you know, she cheated. There could be 100 different reasons. It could just be that she wasn't married to somebody, she was dating somebody, and you know what, it's the end of the relationship, and she just decided to go on without officially ending it. Who knows? Who cares?
It could have been an emotional. Couldn't have been an emotional cheating. Well, someone she was working at work with, and he got mad. You know, it couldn't have been. You don't know. Then ask. And especially if you're married at first sight, you want to lean into questions like that and knowing stuff. Go ahead.
So here's how I work. I don't care. Like 10 years ago, like if I meet you tomorrow and you had some dirt 10 years ago, I don't care about that. Like everybody has a past. This is where I come from. I kind of get where Nate is coming from because he's just married a perfect stranger. But if I meet somebody like tomorrow that isn't like, you know, married at first sight, and we have these conversations, I don't care what you did 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I need to know what you are right now. So that's where I'm coming from on that.
I get it. I mean, and I'm probably sure he's going to be there next week because it does seem like, you know, he has a drama flare up and then he's okay next week.
Yes.
So yeah, he's probably moved on from this right by now. But
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't have anything more.
Let's go to let me pick because I'm trying to save the best for last. Let's go to
What's the best for last?
I know who's the best because they all sucked.
Oh no, they all sucked. But I'm trying to say the drama for the last.
Okay.
Let's go to Lindy and Miguel.
Oh.
I didn't have anything for Lindy and Miguel, really.
First of all,
Lindy with that winter ass hat in San Diego, California, with that orange ass suit. That was the only thing I wrote down. I was like, who the fuck wears a fucking winter hat with a ball on top and your braids? And
Mitch been wearing a hat too.
Huh?
Mitch is wearing a hat too, a winter hat.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't wearing a hat that.
Yes, he was.
Right? Yes, no, he didn't.
You wore a knit hat.
He was wearing a winter hat. That's a knit hat is a winter hat.
Didn't have a ball on it.
Oh no, not with a ball.
What are you talking about Mitch or fucking Miguel?
Mitch.
I'm talking about Miguel and Lindy.
Yes, but you're saying she had a hat on because it was cold. Mitch had a hat on too.
Well, I don't give a fuck about Mitch. I'm talking about Lindy and Miguel right now.
But you're talking about the hat.
Yeah, you brought the hat up, so I just said Mitch had on one too. But go ahead, finish what you were saying. Go ahead.
Okay, for both of them, it was fucking foul.
Okay, go ahead.
And that's all I got. I'm like, how you gonna be
that was it?
San Diego, I didn't even think about Mitch's hat, but all I saw was the fucking ball on fucking Lindy's head, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
He don't want to be married to her at all.
No, he doesn't.
No, he don't want to be married to her. And
what makes you say that? Because
she's like, can you just give me something that you want something in the future, maybe to say that there's a chance that he's like, no, I'd like to stay right now in the present of this, that, and the other. She's like, yeah, but if we're married, can you at least give me some, maybe in 10 years we could be doing this, or give me some projection that you want this to happen and keep it going? And he's like, no, I'm giving it till, how many days we have left? We have 5 days left. Yeah, I'm going to give it to that and then see how I feel. And he does not want to be with her. He's done. He's definitely going to say no.
I'm going to say this. I don't think he does not want to be with her. I think he does. I think he's just reserved and trying to figure her out. And let's not get it twisted. I had to take this note down. Lindy's friend, I forgot what her name is. She's fucking gorgeous. Like when she popped up on the screen, I was like, oh, Lord Jesus, you're beautiful.
I think he wants to be married.
Not to her.
I think he wants to be married. I think he genuinely likes her.
Yes.
But there's something like I keep going back to how his friends described him and how he described himself. Yeah. And it's not 1 + 1 for me. It's like, who the hell did they describe? It's because he's not that guy. He's much more confident. He's much more cocky. He seems to be a lot more in control.
He's not nerdy. He's not acting nerdy.
No, he acts
silly.
Not, in my opinion.
It's Miguel's highway or no way.
Right.
The way that he is with her. And don't get it twisted. I like Lindy, but Lindy is very childlike to me.
Yeah.
And for me, I can't fucking deal with you in your 30s. If I was in my 30s, I can't deal with you in my 30s as a man dealing with your childlike behavior. For me, that's a turnoff. And I'm looking at Miguel like, yep, that's a turnoff to you, Miguel. With her pouty ways and the way she looks at him and the way she's like, a pew, a tail, and whatever. And I'm just like, that's not a good look. Boo.
I can tell you one thing. She ain't sexy. She ain't got an ounce of sexiness in her, being alluring, being, she ain't got a dollop. She don't have a dollop. She don't have a teaspoon. She is a Arrested Development, 15-year-old, crazy religious, growing up in religious crazy background. Child, yes. I've been saying that. I've been saying she's in Arrested Development and she doesn't know anything. He wants someone who's going to handle him. Handle him in the way to be like, he wants a little challenge. She's just like, she's like this. I
think for whatever reason, he likes that. That makes him
he likes it to an extent because he can control her, but it's boring as fuck for him. and he's not going to want it. He's out.
No.
I'm telling you, there's
But
no way.
listen, I get that, but let me counter back in saying that if he wants to have that, if he's with a woman that's gonna friggin' clap back at his ass, he ain't gonna like that either.
But he wants someone he respects. He doesn't respect her at all. He don't respect her at all. At all. He thinks he knows more than she does. He acts like he knows more than she does. Okay. He acts like he's the king shit. First of all, he acts like, oh no, you don't really know what you're talking about. He talks down to her a lot. He's like, no, even if she's like, can you just like, this, that, man, he's like, no, I don't think so. And he shuts her down. He don't think he hears her. He don't like her. He doesn't respect her at all. At all. She's too goofy. Yeah, they have fun, but he's not want to be married to her.
So do you think he's gonna
raise a kid with her? You don't want to raise a kid with her? Are you kidding me?
Do you think he's gonna say no?
Hell yeah, he's gonna say no.
I think he's gonna say yes.
Okay. I think he's gonna say yes too.
After the say yes, only
I think he's gonna say yes.
Only to make himself look like a good guy. That's the only reason why he would. I don't really honestly, and that's not gonna last at all. I can tell you this much: in 6 months, they ain't gonna be together. Whether he says yes or no, they ain't gonna be together.
None of them couples are going to be together after 6 months. Even if they say yes.
Sasha and Nate will be.
I don't know about that either.
Oh, I think they will be.
I hope so. I hope so. Mm-hmm. But at this point, today, if you ask me, I think they're going to say yes, but I don't think they're going to be together in 6 months. We'll see. All right. Are we done with these people?
Yeah, I'm done. I have nothing.
Let's go on to oh Lord.
Slurpee? Or no,
let's go to Mitch and let
Kristen. Oh God.
In honor of Mitch.
Okay, let me start. May I start, please? I don't have that much.
Go ahead. I'm good.
When Kristen said being with someone who is contrary all the time, I got that.
Mm-hmm.
That is highly annoying. It is, and I think she's put up with a lot.
Yep.
And I want her to move on and to have the life or the relationship that she wants. But now at this point, all I see from Kristen is fucking whining all the time. Get out, ma'am. Just get out. Just get out. He's not the one. And she said at the very end when they were all together that he says all the right things. He knows all the and I've been saying this for weeks. He says all the right words. But then it's action. Where's the action? Well, you haven't seen it. And you know who he is by now. And I don't hate Mitch. I don't even dislike Mitch. I know that I wouldn't be able to deal with him even as a friend if every time I said something, he had to counteract that. Shut the fuck up. Just let me have my moment and let me say what I want to say.
That she can't even use tampons. She can't even use tampons. She wants to use a menstrual dam or whatever. Come on, man.
He's doing too much. So just you will never be able to live up to where he wants you to be or where you think he wants you to be. You're just not going to be. He wants you to be him.
He wants her to be him. He wants
or the surfer chick. And I'm like, why does he think a surfer chick is all about, saving the planet? They out there drinking. Being wild as shit. I don't see
using plastic bottles. Yeah.
Hello. I mean, so his vision and his conversation with her sister and how he came about it to the end, like, how can I get her to tone it down with them? Because I find her more attractive that way. She's not for you
at all.
She's not for you. Go ahead, Tanya. I don't know. Go ahead, girl.
Thank you. First of all, we've witnessed, and I said this, I think last podcast, we've witnessed, and I can't believe that the experts allowed this to continue. And I'm glad that Kristen took it upon herself to take her shit back. Because at the end of the day, we witnessed from the beginning, Kristen was confident, into herself. She loved herself. She was all in her shit. Then she got with Mitch. And we literally witnessed the breakdown of a human being. Because Mitch, let me get my notes because I wrote a lot of notes on this one. Mitch is too extreme in his views. Mm-hmm. And Mitch is like, I'm not changing. Everything about me is right. And everything about you is wrong. And you need to change. He was telling her, telling her sister or whatever about the whole natural makeup and the whole natural hair. Listen, I'm done with all that shit. If I'm not good enough for you, i.e. Kristen, if she is not good enough for him, he needs to bounce. Why are we here? If he doesn't like the fact that she wants to flip houses because he feels some sort of way about it. I get where he's coming from, but he's just way too extreme for me. And she needs to just do what she's got to do. And hold on. Let me just figure this out. When Mitch brought up the whole cloth paper towels. I don't do paper towels. I do cloth paper towels. Mitch needs to be with Amelia. Remember Amelia from New Orleans? Uh-huh. That bitch didn't shave her underarms. She didn't wash. She didn't do anything. If he wants a natural ass bitch, he needs to find her. And I guarantee you, he'll throw her ass back in the fucking sewage and go back and find old girl and be like, I love you, Kristen. And again, lastly, Kristen at the fucking cookout, Kristen brought it to church. And when she went ham on Mitch, I was sitting here like, preach, 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 say that shit. She had all that shit pent up in her and she called him out. And that's why I'm like, no one should have to change. If you like a natural hippie kind of woman, that's you. But don't bring me into this situation. We're done here. And I'm done.
And also the fact that he said from the very beginning, when she walked down there, he was expecting them to give him a hippie chick. That's what he wanted, and that's what he was expecting from her. And she came down the aisle. From the minute he saw her, it's like, oh, that's not a hippie chick. It's over. It's done. Anything from there, it's just done. It's a climb up as opposed to it falling apart. He was done from the very beginning. And if someone says, are you attracted to your wife? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that is not a resounding, that's my wife, I'm attracted to her. That was my wife's okay. Yeah, I mean, she's an attractive woman, I guess. No, that's
can we all right, I get that. And I love the fact that Kristen's sister, I give her all the props. She laid that shit on the table with her sister. She didn't hide that shit. She told her. I loved everything about it. But can we talk about the shit stirrer called Alexis? Because was I the only one that picked up on that? When they were outside having their little cookout and everybody's sitting around asking everybody about.
Oh, you can't read that, but it says shit starter.
She's a shit stirrer. Alexis is a shit stirrer. They were sitting out there, and Alexis and Justin are meant for each other because both of them are shit stirrers. But Alexis today was last night was the shit stirrer. When she was talking to Mitch, she's like, oh, so, with you, like you want, what's her name?
Kristen
to wear no makeup and wear her natural hair. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Where's this coming from? I get where he was blindsided, but I also get that look, Alexis and Justin are shit stirrers. And throughout the whole episode, the two of them, when they were having their confessionals, the two of them are all hugged up talking about the whole shit. And they're just like,
Yeah, Alexis does it in front of other people. That's the difference. Justin doesn't do it in front of people. He'll talk about it.
She did it in front of people.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between the two of them. She just likes to start shit. Because
she's
her
a
shit is
shit
so fucking
stirrer.
nice.
That's what I said. She's a total shit stirrer. And then when the shit came out, she shut her mouth. Like when dude was like, Mitch was like, what are you talking about? Where is this coming from? I never said that. And Kristen was at the point where she's like, she was so fed up that she was like, okay, we're good. I'm just gonna let this. I'm gonna talk about this.
I was wondering if it was kind of scripted. I mean, because the way Alexis went in, it was like she had a job. This was your job to go in and ask these questions. And she went in hard because she didn't let up on it either. She was, really kind of being prickly about it and a little bit loud about it. So the whole scene just seemed to be a little bit fake to me. I believe that, she definitely is a shit stirrer and she gets it going, but it just did seem just really obvious to me. Really obvious. So I don't know. I don't dislike Mitch like I did at the very beginning. I don't dislike him. I don't think that they are good together.
I don't think he's good with anybody. I think he doesn't want. That's the reason why he's 41. He can't. You're not going to find the perfect.
You're right.
Look, you're not going to find the perfect person. You're not. So she was at least willing to try. That woman gave her all of her effort, even though he's like, okay, but I'm still going to try. I'm still going to work with you. I'm not going to bring a plastic bag. I'm going to bring a tote. She's trying so hard. And now I'm like, yeah, Kristen, just step.
Listen, at the end of the day, just go. At the end of the day, she shouldn't have to change for anybody at this point. He has his values. He has his views of stuff. She shouldn't have to change. She could be like, okay, I'm not going to do this, this, and this. But I want to have my own business. And I want to do this, this, and this. When he said, this is when I was like, oh, motherfucker, get Amelia from New Orleans. Because he was like, I don't like to do paper towels. I like to do cloth and wash it. And then when she was like, well, I'm okay with that as long as Kristen was like, as long as I'm not the one to have to wash this.
Well, he doesn't wash anything. Do you remember his stove?
Exactly.
In his bathtub? He don't wash anything. Use the damn towels then, man.
Wait. And then after that, she said to him, are you going to change? And he's like, I agree with what you're saying. He's like, but yeah, in the future, I might change and have issues with what you're doing. Red flag for me. This marriage is doomed for failure.
I don't think she'll say yes. If she does, she's crazy. I
very crazy. No, she's not crazy. She's desperate.
What? I missed that.
If she doesn't say yes, if she says yes, or no, she's desperate.
If she says yes, I don't think she's a desperate person.
I don't think so.
I think she'd really like to be married, but I don't think if she says yes, then she's desperate.
For real though.
But if she says no, she's not going to say no. She don't want to do it.
I don't know. At this point, she's so hell bent on this relationship and trying to make it work. This man has broken her down through the entire process. She's questioning herself on herself. And I'm like, why are we still here?
Well, he's there because she got nice titties. That's the only thing he likes about her.
That's what he said.
Really? Is
I
that
haven't checked out the boob situation, so I didn't even know.
I don't know.
No, that's just not.
I think that she's very self-aware, and that's why they're having so many issues. Because if she wasn't a self-aware person, then she would just go with the flow. But because she is self-aware, it builds up in her, and she's fighting against him. She's fighting against her conscience, and I don't think she'll say yes. I think at the end of the day, she's going to say no because she's not happy, and she's saying she's not happy.
She's the most mature out of everybody in that.
I think she is. I think that she is, and like again, I think it goes back to her being self-aware. She would not. It would be easy for her to be a Lindy if she wasn't. If she didn't recognize who she wants, but her inner self is like, fuck this. I'm not gonna fight this person to want me. She wants to feel that naturally, and him not giving that to her is pissing her off.
That part.
And that's why she's combative. Like this week, at that moment where she just really just went off, and she told the professionals who were like, I'm sorry. I don't need your apology. I need an apology from him. I need him to do better. I need him to want me. And if he can't do that, I think she'll move on.
Yeah.
So it's one of the Tanya.
Yeah, and
I'm slurping.
If I were her, I'd have been like,
I was slurping. I was doing a bit.
If I were her, I would have been like,
do you love me, Shahida? Do you love me? Do you love me? How much do you love me, Shahida?
If I was Kristen, I'd been like, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like you slurping.
Exactly. She kept looking at him.
I'm not gonna marry to someone who slurps.
It took one time for me. If I was sitting there, and it would have took one time that we ordered food or we made the food, and he's sitting there and he's like, and I was like, and she kept looking, and the cameras was like in her eyeballs, and she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, why are you eating? I'd have been like, motherfucker, do you not have no homegrown fucking shit? Because I'm like,
but she said she did say something to him about that. She asked him, what's going on here?
Looking at him. No, she kept looking at him in the episode.
Because then he apologized for eating like that, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he apologized. Or he gave a reason why he was doing that.
No, he didn't. He was literally slurping the ramen noodles and the fucking what do you call that shit? I can't remember. I don't even know what the fuck that is. He was like, and I'm like, motherfucker.
He looks like he would smell.
He does smell. Doesn't look like he smells. He smells. He fucking wants to fucking recycle paper towels that he doesn't use. He wants to do shit. He needs Amelia from or New Orleans. They don't wash. White people don't wash their ass. I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to end this shit as it is. They don't wash their ass. They don't take showers. They don't take baths. And this is what we're dealing with.
Who? What? Who? You said he naturalist? What did I miss? What I missed? Because I was trying to look for that clip.
Thank you.
Say that again.
I had to
No.
Looking at.
Okay, here he is slurping.
Do you always eat like this and I've never noticed?
I already slept.
No, sorry.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, she said you always eat like this and I haven't noticed.
I didn't say that.
And you said no, he said it.
I think he's just really hungry. I'm gonna go with he's just really hungry. I think I covered.
He said no, he didn't. I thought he apologized, but no, okay. But that was gross. But anyway, let's move on to the next basket case, people.
I think we're done.
No, we didn't do Justin and fucking Alexis.
Oh, shit. Well, let's talk about that because we got a couple of minutes on this one. Justin and Alexis. All I got to say about Justin and Alexis is Alexis is a shit stirrer. Alexis and Justin. Alexis is
They're
just
both
shit
petty. They both are.
But they both are. Alexis stirred that shit with regards to Mitch and Kirsten. But
I'm wondering if she was told to do that because it
maybe,
just fell out. I mean, considering the conversation he had with the sister-in-law, and then her knowing about it, Alexis had to know something because she was in there stirring it up. So, but back to her and Justin, she's like Mitch to me. She knows what to say in front of other people. She's hugged up on him like she's into it or whatever. She doesn't want him.
Nope.
She is conniving, in my opinion. I think she's a little bit on the conniving side. She's just there until it ends. She's definitely saying no.
Yeah, I agree.
And her dig at wanting somebody more aggressive in the bedroom. That's not the word she used. What did word she use for manly? Did she say manly or manhandle or something? What did she say about?
I can't remember at this point.
You, Chris, you don't remember? Damn.
But
Anyway.
more confident, and they're and powerful or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Along those lines of like she wanted to be taken, and he's like, I don't want to take you if you don't want me.
And I got what he was saying because if he gets more aggressive with her in the bedroom, that can be, bad for him, and the way they argue too. But she's basically saying that he's not man enough for her.
Right.
And he's saying it too. He's not. He knows it. He knows he's not. So I don't know what, and she's like, just try it. Just try it in the bedroom. Try what? What do you want him to try?
Right. Chris?
She's just awful to me. And he's just like, and he's at the point where now he's like, no matter what he does, no matter what he does, first of all, she doesn't like him for him.
Yeah.
And no matter what he does, she just is not, he's always going to come out. And she plays that role of, what, me? Like, no, I'm not saying, no. Okay. Yeah, I'm really trying. And really, yeah, I mean, of course, don't you see me trying? She's that, I don't like that at all. I don't like her at all.
I was upset that they didn't address the clubbing thing, like made it.
Thank you.
It was like, well, you're never going to have the type of marriage you want if you try to control her friends. Then it's going to be now it's the club. Then it's going to be church, and then it's going to be her work. And that was not what was going on there. I thought, I thought that he was wrong to make that assessment. What he was saying, he wants her to go out, and he said it. He wants her to have her independence, and he said it. He just doesn't want it to be an every weekend thing at the same place, at a club. Right. He said, why can't you go bowling with your girlfriends? Why can't you all just go and hang out at each other's houses or, go to dinner? Why has it got to be the club every
Because she wants to be single and find someone who's going to manhandle her.
That's the word she was using, manhandled, I think. So yeah. It was, I don't know. And I don't think that they handled it properly, but I will give him props. We haven't seen his ass cry in 3 weeks.
Thank God.
He's over that shit. He's like, she had his emotions at first. And unlike Ben, he's able to be like, not internalize her bullshit on him. Yep. And he said, he gave the biggest sacrifice. He gave away his dog for his wife. Right. And she didn't appreciate that. I don't got another fucking tear for you, ma'am.
No, not a goddamn tear.
So I commend him on that part because I was just like, he was just crying way too much. But I like that when people mistreat him, he doesn't take that to heart and he's not crying over that because she was treating him.
Right. I love it.
Yeah. That's all I got for them two, I think. Yeah.
I don't like any of the couples at all. I'm not rooting for anybody. Stasha and Nate, I kind of hope they last, but I'm not like like Woody and Amani, I can't wait for them to start their lives.
Yeah.
Or I can't, there's no one. I'm like, I don't care about any of y'all.
I'm rooting for Stasha and Nate. I am that. I'm like, come on, Stasha and Nate. Don't
I like Stasha and Nate. I mean, I loved it when Nate was like, when Nate said to her, they ain't gonna make it. When he was
I love that part when they were like
they ain't gonna make it.
And Nate looks at her, he's like, so what do you think, they ain't gonna make it? She's like, nope, they ain't gonna make it.
But none of the couples to me are like, look like they're in love. Stasha and Nate are comfortable with each other and this, that, and the other, but I don't feel like they're in love. Like Woody and Amani were falling in love. I don't see anybody like, I always go after Woody and Amani, but even the weird people from Amelia, they were falling in love with the idea or whatever of being with each other. No one in this whole thing seems like they want to be in love. No one wants to. They missed.
Yeah,
they whiffed with this one. They whiffed.
Yeah, you're right. I agree about that. That they don't. As much as I like both of them individually, I do like, and I even like them as a couple together. I could see them growing together, but that like the whole Lindy and Miguel thing when last week when they were just like giddy and happy. I love that, but I don't see that as everlasting for them. I don't see that. And I don't see that giddiness and happiness with Nate and Stasha, not like with Woody and Amani. I mean, every week they tried to make us think that there was going to be some negative. Every week they brought nothing but joy.
Yeah.
You don't get that from these, You don't get it. So,
let's go talk to the experts real quick. Don Franklin, he came in. He kind of was.
No, he wasn't good. Like I said, he was the one that let Alexis off the hook with that club shit.
Thank you.
So he was just as useless as Dr. Pepper.
And trying to tell him, maybe, step up your game or trying to be. Have you been watching, sir?
It doesn't sound like he's been watching.
Or have any of you been watching?
He said the professionals, they let him know what is going on. Well, no, you needed to actually have some visuals and some better notes because you didn't get the full picture.
That part.
The full picture of who he was dealing with.
Exactly.
With Dr. Pepper and Pastor Cal, I want someone who's going to be like, look, y'all are messy. Let's talk about this. What Morgan and Ben, let's hope. Morgan, really? Is this the reason why you doing this? And Ben, is this really someone talk some real? Someone talk some real. No one.
You don't have to beat them up. You don't have to beat them up. Just be truthful.
Make them address. They don't make anybody address things at all.
And if you don't make Morgan address her issues and then let Ben fly off into the wind the way they have, you have failed as a professional because somebody needed to tell him you are okay. Right. You are okay. She has an issue. Nobody did that. They got this man walking off thinking that he's a fucked up person, that his relationship with his father is all fucked up, his upbringing is fucked up. He didn't come with that energy. He didn't come with that energy in the beginning. Now he has all this negative energy.
And he's about to leave San Diego and go to a whole nother ass state or country to fix himself. That's what I saw on the fucking episode. He fucking put that out there. He's like, I don't think that San Diego's for me. I think I'm going to have to leave and move and do whatever. Motherfucker, why the fuck are you moving?
Because he's an embarrassment to his family. He's not a doctor, and he's the first one to get divorced. That's why.
That is true.
So it was crazy. All right.
It was messy. Everything was
messy.
It was
all right. So all right. I think we covered everybody.
About anybody. I want to care about somebody. I like this show. I want to see two people matched that have personalities that can get together and have a happy and both want to work at it. I want to see that.
How did you pick Morgan?
That's what I'm saying.
Morgan is so mean and nasty. How did you not see that in her?
Right. Anyhow.
We'll figure it out. All right, so here we go. I love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. We got what, 2 weeks left?
I know. No, it's like the middle of October, right? It'll be over, or November. I thought I read November.
It's November.
2.
We'll figure it out. Anyway, do 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 do